You're listening to the Spectacular Magazine radio show on Foxy 107 104.
Spectacular Magazine radio show. I'm your host, Phyllis Coley, CEO and publisher of Spectacular Magazine. Spectacular Magazine radio show is committed to shining a spotlight on community organizations and community-powered events that impact our neighborhoods. So in other words, I want you to think of Spectacular Magazine radio show on Foxy as your community-focused resource. Let me ask you, now what is a must-have on every table for Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, even Sunday dinner? I'm not talking about fried chicken. I'm not talking about the turkey. I'm not even talking about ham, and I love ham. But anyway, I'm not even talking about the ham. Of course, I'm talking about macaroni and cheese. It's a staple on just about every black family dinner. So now, imagine pairing your favorite food with an opportunity to raise money for a good cause. You can't beat it. Later in the show, I'll talk to the organizer of the Mac and Cheese Throwdown for Hope. Housing, food, transportation, health care. These are basic necessities. But so many in our community are living without the basic necessities. So many times, though, there is assistance available. There's resources available. Those needing assistance with those providing assistance need to meet. So there's a group in Southeast Raleigh that's going to do just that on Saturday, September 16th. I'll have a representative from that group will be on a little later in the show. I need you to tell us, Spectacular Magazine, about your event so they can be considered for this show. I need you to upload them to our website, that's spectacularmag.com. The Fence. The Fence is the largest public art photography project in the world, and it's now in the Bull City. Durham was awarded the honor of being the 6th city in the country to host it. Almost 250 photographs from a diverse roster of about 50 photographers hailing from around the globe, including 10 local artists from our area, are represented on the fence. And it's exactly what it says it is. It is a fence. So the exhibition, now it forms a U that goes around the Chapel Hill Street parking deck, along North Mangum Street, and then it's on West Parish Street, and then it comes around to Orange Street. And so if you got to think, and then it goes all the way around to Black Wall Street. Now the opening ceremony is going to be tomorrow. That's Monday, September 11th at 4 o'clock on the Orange Street Mall. Now the Orange Street Mall is located between East Chapel Hill Street and West Parish Street in downtown Durham. Now the fence in Durham, so if you don't get down there tomorrow, it will be there through November 2017. For more information, visit thefencedurham.com. On Saturday, September 16th, 2017, the Friends Committee is inviting the community of Southeast Raleigh to join them as they host over 50 vendors for the 2nd annual Southeast Raleigh Community Empowerment Fair at John Chavis Memorial Park. Joining me now is Johnny Blaylock, who is the president of the Friends Committee. Mr. Blaylock, welcome to Spectacular Magazine radio show.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. So, tell me and tell us all about what is the mission, first of all, of the Friends Committee?
Well, the mission of the Friends Committee is the same as it has been for the last 30 years. That is to go out, educate, particularly the Southeast Raleigh community, about the things that are keeping the community from being healthy. And when I say healthy, that's financially healthy, spiritually healthy, economically healthy. So those are some things that we are touching on. But today we want to talk about the 8 keys to community empowerment, and we are dealing with housing, civic engagement, community sustainability, transportation, education, entrepreneur support and career development, and food access. These are all of the different areas that will be and vendors that will be taking a part of the Southeast Raleigh Empowerment Fair.
Okay, and how did you and your committee come up with these 8 key elements?
Well, we looked at the needs in the community.
Okay.
And most of the people that form the Friends Committee are people who are already working in these areas. And we're blessed to have on board people that are working with the county, people that are working with the city. We have people that are working in all these different areas, and we decided to just come together and become a committee of people that want to help.
All right, so on Saturday, this is going to be your second annual.
Yes.
And so, you know, I'm a big believer too that if you can just bring everybody together in one space, it makes it so much easier. I mean, at least it helps a lot.
Right.
So tell us what we can expect. I know you're saying it's about 50 vendors that are going to be there. What can people expect on Saturday?
Well, I think we're up to around 65.
Ooh, that's
now.
wonderful.
Yeah,
that is
it's
wonderful.
kind of taking a life of its own as far as its growth. But we can expect to be a part of I would say a collaboration or a partnership. You'll see people that coming from all walks of life that have decided that Southeast Raleigh needs the help that will make it wholesome and a fun place to live, to raise your family, to work. So those are the things that we are saying when we say we want Southeast Raleigh to be a healthy community, to be an attractive community. And I've been there. I've been there all my life.
Okay.
And I've seen the gentrifying that's going on, and even with the gentrification, we want to let the world know that we still want to keep our black experience. We want to keep our culture. You know, we want to keep our identity. All of that. So all of this is still a part of that unity in the community that we hope to bring.
I like that term, unity in the community. So tell me, can you name a couple of the organizations that will be out there?
Okay, we'll have DHIC.
Now what's that?
They'll be dealing with housing.
Okay.
We'll have the food access, fertile grounds.
Okay.
They'll be there.
Will they actually have food on site?
They will have food on site.
So people can come out and get food as well?
No, well, they'll be advertising their program because they are into gardening, they're into growing their own food, and they're letting people know how you can take your backyard and turn that into a garden where you can feed your family.
Oh,
that type of thing.
And even like the gardens that people can put into the swimming pools and those kind of simple things, those little plastic swimming pools. Yes. Okay.
Now we'll have Interfaith Food Shelter. They will come out. Most of the activities will be centered around information and education. So we are asking people to come out and just be a part of this big community day.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, and how much does it cost?
Everything is free. Everything is free. But let me just say this very, very quickly. I always want to give a little bit of history on the Friends Committee.
Okay.
And that is that, you know, we came together because of the onset of, the assault on the community from drugs and AIDS. And we have branched out into these other areas because we want to have a holistic approach to dealing with the problems in the black community. But our first community day was actually helped sponsored by Tika Nelson, Prince's sister. So that was 30-something years ago. She was here staying in Raleigh at the time.
Oh my goodness.
And she was one of the co-sponsors of that.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, so we go way back, and the community recognizes that we're really grounded and we're grassroots, and we're really
Is there still time for people to get involved?
Yes,
I mean, as far as if they want to be a vendor or whatever, tell people how they can reach you.
They can reach me at 919-422-8043.
Say that number again a little bit slower.
919-422-8043.
Or they can go to your website, which is friendscommittee.com.
That's right.
.org. Okay, friendscommittee.org.
Right.
Johnny Blaylock, thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for coming in here this morning. Again, that was Johnny Blaylock of the Friends Committee, and he is talking about the Southeast Raleigh Community Empowerment Fair that's taking place on September 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Pullen Park in Raleigh. When we get back, we come back after this commercial, we're going to be talking to the organizers of the Mac and Cheese Throwdown for Hope. I'm Phyllis Coley, and this is Spectacular Magazine Radio Show on Foxy 107, 104.
You're listening to the Spectacular Magazine Radio Show on Foxy 107, 104.
Welcome back to Spectacular Magazine Radio Show. I'm Phyllis Coley. Nationally, 26,000 young people age out of foster care each year, with 30 to 40 of those aging out in Wake County alone. In the past year, the nonprofit, the Hope Center at Pullen, has gone from serving 33 young people to over 120. Joining me now is the Executive Director of the Hope Center at Pullen, Jennifer Weiss. Jennifer, welcome to Spectacular Magazine Radio Show.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be with you this morning.
So, aging out of foster care, as I told you when we talked, I don't know that I had really thought about that as a problem. But once we were made aware of it, I realized that it really is. So tell me about the work at the Hope Center and what you're doing for this problem.
Thank you. We connect young people ages 13 and up who are aging out of foster care with life skills and resources and support they need for a successful transition to adulthood. That means we collaborate with Wake County for the young people who are in foster care currently to give them skills and guidance. And when they age out between 18 and 21, we want to be there to help them find that first apartment, get the job, continue with their education, stay housed. All the things that families provide for young people, we try to provide a network of support around the young people we serve.
So if the person if they're looking to continue, say if they go on to college, then do they get to stay into the foster care system, or do they come out? Is it just 18 and you're out?
Well, the good news is that the law has changed. So under certain circumstances, they can stay or check themselves back in and get some support from the state or the county, and federal money helps provide them some guidance as they age out. So up to age 21, under certain circumstances, they can continue to get some support, but they still need a lot of help and guidance as well.
What percentage of the people that you work with that are in the system are people of color?
That's a very good question. Currently, for 2016, 83% of the young people we work with were people of color. And then I think we had 83% African American, 4% biracial, 1% Hispanic, and 12% white. So a lot of these young people come from that are in that system. Mm-hmm. So you came up with doing the mac and cheese throwdown as a fundraiser to raise awareness and money. Right.
So tell us about the throwdown.
Well, and we are so grateful to Relish and to the area restaurants. But a year ago, Relish hosted a throwdown. It's a mac and cheese cooking competition, and brought together some area restaurants. This year they're doing it again, and they brought together more restaurants. So there will be a number of restaurants competing next Sunday, September 17th from 6 to 9.
Oh, that's good. Yes, and where is it going to take place?
It'll be at 214 Martin Street, and there will be a band, there'll be mac and cheese, there'll be a bartender showdown, mac and cheese throwdown, desserts, salads, and raffle.
So, and how do people get tickets?
People can get tickets by going to www.relishraleigh.com/throwdown-for-hope. They can order their tickets online, or they can email the Hope Center and get more information, www.hopecenter@pullen.org. But we would love to have folks come. It'll be a wonderful opportunity for them to support the Hope Center at Pullen and the work we do to connect young people aging out of foster care with services and supports.
Has that always been the mission of the Hope Center? Is that when they started? How old is the Hope Center?
That's a great question. We started about 10 years ago with a broader mission of reducing and preventing homelessness, and also supporting young children with tutoring and supporting the environment. And 4 to 5 years ago, folks narrowed the focus to focus on young people aging out of foster care, because if you want to address the homeless problem in Wake County, given the statistics around homelessness for young people aging out of foster care, that's a good place to start.
What is that statistic? You mentioned it. What's that
Right.
statistic?
Well, young people aging out of foster care, or 1 in 4 will experience homelessness within 4 years of leaving foster care. So there's a much greater likelihood that young people in foster care will experience homelessness. And we want to be there to help them connect with housing and be successfully housed.
One of a few of the case studies that are on your website that I was reading about, a lot of these people feel alone. I mean, they feel alone, and I guess that's because they've been in the system. And most of them are like, I would just be fine just staying in foster care if I could. Because I know at 18 years old, my children were not ready to go out and rent an apartment and get a job and be totally responsible. And that's a lot for an 18-year-old.
It is a lot. It's a lot even in your 20s.
Yes.
And not to have that family to fall back on. So we help them identify supports in the community and connect them to services and resources, because we recognize they really need folks to rely on. We have transition specialists that we connect our young people aging out of foster care with, who really walk the walk with them, help them find housing, help them be successful, help them make a plan for transportation to get to community college, help them prepare for that first interview, and be successful. And when they're on the job, if they're feeling frustrated, they know they can call that transition specialist and say, I'm about to lose my cool, and the transition specialist can talk them down so that they continue to be successful in their jobs.
Where that call probably normally would have gone to mom.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, so, and that makes it different.
Yeah.
I think that's fabulous work.
Thank you.
And I'm almost embarrassed to say that it was not a problem that I recognized.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad to know that there are folk like you and organizations that are working, that are helping our young people.
Thank you.
And I hope that you can connect with with Mr. Blaylock, and they're talking about the community, the services
Right.
there. I hope you guys can connect.
We've already emailed, and we're excited about connecting with them. Thank
That's
you.
wonderful. I'm just really excited about that, just from coming here today on Spectacular Magazine Radio Show. So tell us again, it's the second annual Mac and Cheese Throwdown.
Second annual Mac and Cheese Throwdown.
For Hope.
On Sunday, September 17th from 6 to 9 at 214 Martin Street. And by supporting that, come out, eat some mac and cheese, and you'll be helping us connect these young people with services. And we're doing our best to support those who are parenting, to kind of break that cycle of foster care and make sure that they are successful at parenting, successfully housed, and successfully employed.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your work, and thank you for coming to Spectacular Magazine Radio Show
Thank
this
you
morning.
for having us.
Oh, thank you so
It's a
much.
pleasure.
That was Jennifer Weiss, and she is the executive director of the Hope Center at Pullen. They will be having a fundraiser this coming Sunday called the Mac and Cheese Throwdown, which will be on Sunday, September 17th. Tell us your website.
www.hopecenteratpullen.org. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday at the Throwdown.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, look, that's going to do it for me this Sunday morning. Please like us, Spectacular Mag, on all our social media. List your event on www.spectacularmag.com. Join me each and every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. for your community-focused resource, Spectacular Magazine Radio Show, right here on Foxy 107, 104. See ya!
You're listening to the Spectacular Magazine Radio Show on Foxy 107, 104.